I have one funny story that you guys can laugh at me about. I never run the robot vacuum. Like, I had the app installed, never did it. My wife just took care of it. A couple days ago, we had like the diaper party. If you remember, Ralph suggested having a diaper party when you're having another kid and people bring you diapers. People were over, our floors were a mess. She's like, hey, set up the Roomba or set up the shark in like the kitchen so it cleans it. I'm like, all right. I set it up. It tells me, oh, it's out of water. I'm like, oh, all right. And so I'm looking at it and there's this big flap right on top. And I'm like, oh, this looks like a place you dump water in, and it fills it up because it's the whole thing. I dump water in there. It explodes. It literally just like explode. That was the air intake and not the water intake. And
oh no.
So know your Roombas.
Human error.
Right. The AI would have. The worst part.
Okay, can you elaborate on why your robot vacuum exploded? Was it just angry at you? Did someone like sabotage it with potassium or something? What happened?
Put water in the air intake.
Water in the air intake. I put water in the.
He tried
it has
to
a
suffocate
dock.
it.
Like the docks for the newer Roombas literally sound like a jet engine when they suck all the trash out of it. And so I put water in the jet engine and then it blew it out the dock. And I was like, whoa, why did it shoot water everywhere? And so I filled it up again.
Oh my God.
And then I looked at the shark and I was like, oh my God, there's a water thing underneath it. So I just like set it outside for a couple days.
Those rumors are going to
It
come
still
out
works.
first.
It still works. It makes a weird noise, but it still
does?
works. Yeah, it still works.
That's
Does it,
actually
though?
a shocker.
It does. My wife told me to buy another one because it smells a little bit like our electrical fire, but it still works.
Dude, yeah, that smell never goes away.
I feel like
Yeah,
it might
yeah.
explode again at some point. You should keep a close eye on it.
It's not in it. I already bought another one. To tell you
Okay.
that they're not too expensive, the docks themselves.
Can we get like a write-up on like how an APT tried to blow up your living room?
Dude, after that, now that I put that out there, they're like, Wade's dock is ready to explode. We're going to. As I have a Bamboo Labs behind me that gets super hot, which could probably explode as well.
All this Chinese gear. You got so much Chinese gear.
I know, right?
I mean, they know you have
First,
a
my
Roomba.
D-
They can just download your house blueprints real quick.
My DJI is illegal.
You
my
should get
3D
like,
printer.
American gear, like Tesla's.
Those don't explode.
Nope,
Never.
those don't explode. There was an
Nothing
example
American
like that.
explodes except
They
for all the
implode.
bombs.
I love this. This is my favorite argument. Well, I'd never use AI. It's inaccurate. Humans are perfect.
Well, now the
Dude.
Teslas have that AI built into it. The
Yeah.
silly XAI.
Oh God,
Grok.
you're. Oh geez, I can.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know. I didn't
like-
know he took. That's a little scary. I don't want to know Grok's installed on my Tesla.
On
Yeah.
like the hierarchy of AI, Grok is like it's not like the bottom.
Yeah, it's on
You know
bottom
that
of the list.
situation where it's like, would the Tesla hit the old person or the child? If like it has to hit one of them in like an evasive like situation,
Old
I would
person.
not want to put Grok in charge of
Grok
that
would just
decision.
hit both. Grok would
Yeah,
swerve,
it
go
would actually
sideways, and
turn
then-
around and then hit the other one because it felt like it was a game.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You told me
I
couldn't-
scored the most points.
Yeah.
This person is not subscribed to X Premium because they're a baby. Time to hit.
So speaking of Tesla, they announced last week that they were not going to produce the Model X or Model S anymore
Yep.
because
both of
they're
them now.
going to just produce robots.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
like the
no.
most
Pivot.
like hyped up thing ever. Like they're like, all right, cars, they're not doing as good because of that whole thing where I like held my hand in a weird position. Anyways,
Where
let
can I put my
robots
deposit down? Because I still got that $50 riding on a Tesla Roadster. I'm super committed to.
That's never
It's
happened.
definitely going to happen. And I also have $50 down on a Tesla Semi. I know that's coming any day now.
Mhm.
You just
Any
need to
day.
buy,
I thought
like,
those were
the-
running already.
yeah, no, the
Sure.
Tesla is out there. Yes.
The few prototypes.
Yeah.
Sure,
So
let's
the-
say it's
so-
out there. Then Elon will feel better.
So the Model X price is going to jump high now because they're no longer being
Yeah,
produced.
they're like exclusive. And
Yeah.
then but literally it was all stock hype because they're like, now we're going to produce robots. Now we're on to our next thing that takes us over 10 years to get even okay at
Yeah,
and probably won't self-drive.
I'm still waiting for that
Well,
Roadster
see-
any day now.
The
should-
path
you should
is
buy
the
Model Xs
robot. The robot's going to do the driving.
Oh, there you go. Oh Oh my gosh.
You sit in the car, it uses up a whole seat just to drive.
They're like, we
my
told you we would be self-driving. Look, he'll get in and drive for you.
Oh my goodness. That is the most terrifying concept, is like you get hit and you get out and you look in the car of who hit you, and it's just a freaking robot behind the wheel being like, I can help with that. I'm so sorry I hit you. You're absolutely right. I did hit you.
Elon's playing a 3D test. He's going to bring self-driving to every car.
Well, Uber already has that option. If you go in the Uber app, there's a autonomous vehicle option. You can call one over.
And Waymo.
The Waymo's
Waymo,
just got here in San Diego. Everyone's like, please no.
They're
Like,
driving
those
around
are
here in town right now. They're doing like the testing rounds where the humans in there just like sitting there and just driving.
Oh yeah, they have them in Dubai. I was in Dubai last week, and they have like 50 different Chinese manufactured vehicles, like the Jitor and the BYD.
Robo-Rock? Please tell me they have a Robo-Rock.
No, they don't have a Robo-Rock. But they have self-driving ones there too. So I'm like, damn, like they're way ahead of like the US. The US only has like a Tesla and like one other, like what's that other one? They have the Air. What's it called? The what Air? Lucid Air. But they're not letting any Chinese cars come in here because they're going to destroy the market. The
It's
BYD
not the
especially.
AI cars we're scared of. It's everyone else who's driving around the AI cars. I'm scared.
All right, let's roll the show. Let's do this.
There's beautiful finger footage.
Let's
Finger
look at that
footage.
finger. Hello, and welcome to Black Hills Information Security's Talking About News. It's February 2nd, 2026. Welcome, everyone. It's February already. It's here. It's happening. It's the shortest month of the year.
Too fast.
Too furious.
We got
Too flurious.
We got all kinds of people here on the show today. We got me. I'm the resident continuous hacker of BHIS, I guess, is what I call myself. We got Wade Wells, who's apparently going to enter the Dune cinematic universe this week.
Oh, it's a reference to one of the articles.
The Shai Hulud. Yeah. We got Michal Khan, who's our guest today. Michal's here to plug his Wild West Hackin' Fest Denver class about OSINT.
Okay.
I have taken this class. It's a great class. I strongly recommend it. You will learn something even if you know something about OSINT.
You took the beta version.
I took the beta version. Oh man, I need to take it again.
I took the unique offline version of this course at HackSpaceCon. It was particularly special.
I like that.
We even
also
gave you a
got
fancy
Andy.
QR code.
Oh,
Ooh.
Don't scan it.
For security
Don't
reasons,
scan-
we have to ask you. For security
Just
reasons,
Google
we're gonna have to ask everyone not to scan the QR code. But legally, if you do it, we can't stop you. So don't worry about it. But yeah, we got Andy, we got Ralph, who hid his name, so I have to guess who he is. Iguana's Falling, is that a new AI tool? We got Hayden, our Soctimus Prime, and we got Ryan, who's wearing a sick sweater. I gotta say,
that is a nice sweater.
I gotta say, Ryan, like I feel like you live in Florida, and so you only get to wear this sweater like once a year. So I'm glad that you're
Pretty
really
much.
milking it.
You missed my reference. So iguanas are falling in Florida right now because it's so cold. They're falling out.
Oh.
It's like a really because they're kind of evasive and just everywhere. People are like grabbing them all up. There's like all these TikTok videos with like 20 iguanas.
I see. Just looting iguanas. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I wonder which one's lost on more people. Is that one or Corey's like subtitle? I wonder which one people are getting more.
My subtitle is from
It's
current
incredible.
events.
Yeah.
You figure it out. If you're watching the audio show, rest in peace, Catherine. What's her face? I don't even know her name. LOL.
Yeah.
Catherine
O'Hara.
O'Hara. I want to say Zeta Jones, but that's not it.
No.
O'Hara. But let's get rolling with the show. Although people, I think, if you're here to track the Groundhog Day situation, he did see his shadow. 6 more weeks of winter is what I hear.
It feels like it right now.
Where I live in the West Coast, we haven't really gotten a winter. So if it started now, it would be 6 weeks of winter. So, yeah. All right, let's get rolling. Does anyone want to start? I mean, there's some fun. I think we should start with a slightly spicy one. which is there's an Ars Technica article that is basically there's sources at CISA that are reporting that the CEO of CISA, or whatever we're calling him, the chief of CISA, has uploaded documents into ChatGPT. And I mean, I don't think this is that big of a deal. Like, it's not that big of a deal, right? Like, it is kind of a big deal, but it's not. Like, I don't want to overplay this article. The reason I want to bring it up is because so essentially, here's the story. The current chief of CISA, whose name is Gatumukala. I don't know how to say that. I did my best.
Close enough.
Gatumukala is his last name. His first name is Madhu. But anyway, he's from
MG.
South Dakota. Fun fact. He used to be the the IT, the CIO of South Dakota, which is a hilarious title to have. He basically, here's the scenario. He specifically requested an exemption so he's allowed to use ChatGPT. And for whatever reason, he was granted that exemption. We can all guess the reasons why. And then he used it to apparently get he uploaded some contractor documents into it and was like, we don't exactly know the prompt, but I'm assuming it was, hey, ChatGPT, is this a good deal, or are they, screwing us? So I guess the reason I want to bring this up, I mean, you can get into all the political, rules and things. I think at this point in their current political situation, it's not really worth talking about. Are there going to be consequences? Absolutely not. Is there going to be anything changed? Absolutely not. But the reason I want to bring it up is because I feel like this is happening at every company throughout the US and throughout the world, right? The CEO demands access to an AI and then misuses it, right? Like, this has got to be like,
that's not just AI, that's everything. Like, that's always the C-suite. Literally,
MFA.
like,
I don't want to use MFA.
yeah, it takes me too long
Bypass.
for my assistant for me to log into her email. I know, like,
How did they find out that he used AI?
People have this. It's basically leaked. Like, people have their sources that are
was like the secretary in the room and she saw him on ChatGPT and was like, "Hey, I think it would be bad."
Like, are you on ChatGPT?
It's CISA. No, okay. So basically, this is all leaked. Like, none of this. They haven't like posted about this publicly, and they probably never will. But essentially, from what we understand, he asked for this access and he was granted this access. They claim, it was like a special version of it, right? But like, who knows how true that is. But essentially, they knew he was accessing it. It wasn't like he was secretly doing it, right? Like, let's say that CISA has like a deny list for the internet. They're not, I'm assuming they're not like operating just with open internet and like, okay, we trust you. Don't go to Google and search something sensitive. So he was granted access to it intentionally, and then they probably monitored his access to it and immediately realized he was abusing it and then revoked it, right? So
I saw a very interesting product. I don't know how much I can mention about it yet, because apparently it's very like early state from one of the people that we work with in the SOC, but they asked us if we wanted to try out one of their products, which is effectively like a middle layer between your AI, almost like a gateway. And it will
there's a bunch
and
of
validate.
These.
Yeah, right. But this one's from somebody that I would actually trust to do it very, very well.
Does it use AI to do the validation?
Probably to an extent. Yeah. But I don't know why there's not more like widespread use of effectively like a gateway for your AI agent calls, especially in like secret spaces.
It's all turtles all the way down. They got to use ChatGPT to check your request before they
I
send
can tell you why right now why there isn't.
Okay.
All these C-suite are all investing into this AI to get their devs to go faster and faster. That gateway is going to cause so much. It's going to cause them all to slow down.
Dude, the bill on the gateway is going to be
more than the actual bill for the building.
Yeah. The other thing, the other thing I want to say is like, I think that is like a weird Band-Aid on a problem. Like, CISA over time, I'm assuming, moved to an internal only model. That's what most companies have done. I have friends who work at big tech companies. They don't just use ChatGPT. They have their own internal, or they have their own version of ChatGPT, right? Like, they have a lockdown restricted version. But the other thing is, like, if we're being honest, there isn't like, I mean, we don't have hard data on this. This is total speculation, but it seems like this doesn't matter. OpenAI isn't harvesting all the documents that are going into ChatGPT. They probably can't even store all of them, right? There's no way
they only have like a 200 1,000 context window anyways. They like already limit what they can store on that stuff. Right?
I mean, and maybe there'll be some future article where we talk about how the OpenAI has siphoned every PDF anyone uploaded into it. But the reality is the amount of data, it's like, it's basically impossible that they're storing all of it, right? It would be like
it's like when the federal government was monitoring all of the internet, right? So they can't actually store it all. So what they do is they kind of like have this like kind of tiered system where they look for certain things at certain times. Like they're always, even your cell phone provider does not store all the logs of every call that's ever made, right? They still parse it down, and that's just log data because it costs them a ton of money to do it, and they're in the business to make money, so they can't store everything, you know?
And they're already about to go bankrupt. Their S3 bill is probably like 20 million a month or something, right? Like,
I mean, OpenAI is insane. OpenAI might as well just be a big fire pit of money, and they're burning it the whole time, and they're asking for more money to throw into that pit. And then when they ask to get repaid, they're like, "We have no money. Like, can we borrow more?" But it's for AI.
Yeah, I think the main issue is policy.
Yeah,
aren't they required to hold a bunch of these like chat logs and everything?
Yeah, for a certain, like probably for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. For 30 days, whatever the minimum is. Yeah. So if this happened last summer at CISA, it's gone. The data's gone.
And if they want sensitive data, they'll just go to like the War Thunder forums and they'll get it easier there when they want it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I mean, obviously I will say I do support the government enforcing whatever policies it has for data leakage, right? Like I would be upset if I was a senator or whatever and my like aide is just uploading my documents into ChatGPT. But like at the same time, we have to acknowledge the reality, which is unless he's uploading it into DeepSeek or whatever, like, you know, it's like
that's a whole story.
There are limits.
Yeah, ChatGPT is blocked. What do you expect me to do?
Okay, yeah, good point, right? That's the other thing. I will say it is funny, like most companies, when I talk to them, like when we're doing scoping for phishing or like when we're talking like, are we allowed to target your executives? They're always on one side of the fence or the other. And they're always on the extreme end of the spectrum of like, either they want us to specifically target their executives on a regular basis, or they want the executives to be completely out of scope and do not mess with them, do not impersonate them, do not touch them. I feel like in the government, it's probably the second one. Do not impersonate, do not go after. Like, obviously, this person was able to bypass all the red tape at a government agency and get access to ChatGPT. So
doesn't he already have like unlimited access to Grok or whatever? Like, didn't just like
that was very recent.
That's a new development.
This is last summer, dude. He was desperate. He was desperate.
He was desperate.
Needed to summarize it. It was a big document. I'm not going to read all that.
That's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
I think from a security perspective, the frontier models are going to kind of stay in the frontier, and then we're going to start to see more of the like self-hosted models, like your open source models that continue to get better. You're going to see those implemented for certain features that organizations want to use them for, right? That's how I envision it to work. You know, the frontier will still be the frontier model. Like you're not going to be able to self-host that, but a lot of times you don't need it to do the level that it's doing right there. You can, make it to focus more. And a lot of those newer models are really good, right? So,
I will say, like, I think there's a market for, like, obviously, like, Hayden was saying, like a gateway for, to interface between the LLM. I think the same thing needs to exist that essentially decides based on the query what model to use, right?
Yeah.
Like auto select, right? Like, okay, if it's a sensitive internal query, maybe use a model that's specific and sensitive and internal. If it's like, hey, I need a recipe for waffles, that one can go to a frontier model or whatever. So, yeah. All right, let's move on. There's, I guess we can update based on Wade's name. We can talk about the NPM supply chain hack thing. So basically, this is a follow-up to, it's actually it's like a third follow-up. But essentially, people have demonstrated that you can bypass some of the security controls they put in place after the Shai-Hulud NPM worm. So basically, essentially what I understand, and if anyone understands this better, please jump in and correct me, but essentially after this NPM supply chain attack, GitHub, who runs NPM, which I learned that. I didn't actually realize that GitHub ran NPM. Now I know. They implemented a thing that essentially it gives people the option to use this ignore scripts equals true option, which is essentially like, please don't hack me equals true. Like disabling scripts disables a lot of these supply chain attacks. However, researchers at Koi Security found that you could implement a specific npm rc file that overrides the git binary path, which basically lets you bypass this. So it's like we're getting into the cat and mouse game of bypasses and things. My opinion is these types of worms this is still an effective security control. The more security controls you put in place, the better for supply chain. Like, I think a lot of these supply chain problems exist because there are no controls whatsoever. And so giving people the option to more securely set up their repos and disable, like, don't run scripts is great. So I think, like, my opinion is, yes, I'm sure there's a bypass and I'm sure they should fix it and hard code the git path or whatever, but it is still, it's like you're stopping a worm. It doesn't, how do we stop configure? We just blocked 445 across the internet. We didn't actually stop it. Like how do we fix worms? We just black hole the DNS and block the port. That's the best we can do, right? So I don't know. I still think it's a good response, but I don't know. Other people have takes on this?
Just the malware that keeps on giving me incidents. That's all it is. Like it's a fun one to work. I feel like this is going back to just you need to put something in place with all these coders, right? Like how we were talking about the firewall between AIs, right? I've seen several different organizations handle NPM differently, and at the end of the day, I feel like it's just logs all the way down. I can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little bit of a down. I'm sorry.
Come on.
Yeah, so
Let's talk about. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say this attack though does originate from like the original repository owner has been compromised, and then it kind of spreads from there, right? So yeah, like it's like the initial, and then so like anything you can put on that workstation to try to like prevent it, they can change it from there. So it's kind of there's not necessarily like once you compromise a machine entirely, like anything you put in there to prevent from going up, it needs to happen not on that machine. It needs to happen like server side. So like when you send to npm, that's how the validation should work. Like that's
I think
where it should be.
The other way to protect against it, right, was because it uses the whatever GitHub account it's logged into. If that is a company-owned GitHub account that can't post public repos, because that's how it was actually doing the data, you were blocked as well, right?
Yeah.
But then you find some random developer who is using his own personal repo and pushes stuff every now and then. So against cat and mouse game,
Yeah, a worm works because it goes wide.
In this last version, they had checks, and if you like couldn't post a public repo, it was just RMRFing everything. So,
whoops.
Yep.
Yeah, let's.
It's okay. It should all be backed up in Git,
public
right?
repos.
Yeah, well, that's where I keep all of my.
So, speaking of supply chain, I guess we can touch on the Notepad++ stuff. Basically, Wade doesn't use Notepad++ because we bullied him into not using it a couple of weeks ago on the show. Which, that's the whole point of the show, security awareness. But no, I'm just kidding. Basically, yeah, and someone already posted the article in the chat. It's basically today it was announced that or I guess not today. Or no, actually today, this morning, like an hour ago. It was announced that at the provider level, not like the infrastructure, at the infrastructure level, the Notepad++ updater server was compromised like starting 6 months ago or a long time ago. The spooky thing about this is that basically, the update's pretty specific, but essentially the hosting provider was compromised, and there were threat actors who were distributing modified versions of Notepad++ updates to selected users. So if you're tinfoil hat, you should safe to assume if you use Notepad++, you're compromised. But it seems like the reality is that they were only targeting specific people, right? Obviously, this is, I think, a nation state type deal. Kevin Beaumont
nation
has
state,
also,
at the top.
Yeah. I think Kevin Beaumont, Ryan flipped off the article at like somehow the worst possible time, but
Violent Typhoon or something, which is
China. So
Basically,
Kevin Beaumont has, this isn't attribution. This is speculation, right? It's basically saying this is exploited by threat actors in China to hijack networks and deceive targets into downloading malware. They're targeting telecoms and other things. So that isn't an official update from Notepad++, though. It's just worth noting. But yeah, basically, we don't know what versions are affected. We don't know what people are affected. If the FBI
Wade was
contacts
definitely
you,
a target.
Wade was definitely a target. They
Wade,
knew it.
yes,
Yeah, you missed
definitely.
a bullet there. You dodged a bullet.
I like there's like one piece of advice in this article that like everyone should always follow, and that's update your WordPress websites and plugins, please, on any shared hosting platform.
And don't update your Notepad++ because that's going to
Never update it. It seems like that works. That's the best part.
Well, I mean, and it depends because it said it was at the hosting level, right? So,
Yeah.
oh no, I guess it was.
Update be compromised as well. Is that story trend? Yeah.
I did not read that.
I mean, basically, I guess the assumption is a threat actor popped a WordPress site and then realized that it used shared infrastructure with the Notepad++ update site, right? That would be my guess. We don't know. But that's
It's
how
like
I
the
would
Microsoft
assume.
vulnerability where they were like, "Hey, something bad. Don't worry, we got it," and they gave themselves a medal.
You mean the
Oh, yeah, that
development environment?
vulnerability.
And then WannaCry spreads across the entire internet. Is that what you're talking
Which
about?
one? What Microsoft vulnerability? There might be more than
I'm
one.
trying to find it. There was one
Patch
recently.
Tuesday one.
Yeah,
the one where they
big
blue
one.
screened everyone.
It's a
I'll
black
find
screen
it.
now.
Microsoft,
Yeah.
not
We've moved
CrowdStrike.
on for it.
If your web app uses PHP, you should consider changing.
All right. What else we got? There was an article. This is like kind of in Michelle's camp. There was an article I would say about every month or every 2 months, someone posts an article that's like, there are millions of account
Breach
credentials
data.
exposed. Yeah, right.
Such
Um,
nonsense.
So this is an article in SC World. It's basically saying there are millions of credentials. So basically, someone published a data set of 149 million login credentials, which those are rookie numbers. You got to bump up those numbers. Our repo has 17 billion credentials, so I mean, get on our level. But basically, yes, this happens on a regular basis. Threat actors collect. Wow, I can't talk. They collect these cred dumps and then they post them or sell them online. Essentially, it's just safe to assume that no password is safe at this point, right? Like MFA, it's the only way to go.
Scroll down, Ryan. I want you to see what the first target they're attacking is. Scroll a little bit down.
Notepad++.
It's gonna be after the related. After the related. No, close. One more down. After the related reading. WordPress. That's the number one target.
And OnlyFans.
Coinbase.
Yeah. I mean, basically, there's going to be credentials for, you want to get scary? There's going to be credentials for like adfs.fbi.gov. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's going to be spooky stuff in there that you don't want to think exists, and that's the bigger concern. Coinbase is scary too. Basically, the truth is, if you're an organization who deals with consumer accounts like any of those providers listed above, you have to have a detection for this. You have to be nuking these credentials when they get breached, because otherwise there's no other way. It's just
it was mostly info stealers at this point on the article. And I wonder, like, what kind of a computer in this day and age gets affected by an info stealer? Like, it's mostly game downloads and like these Steam plugins. And are you mixing these like personal workstations with your work? And is it not hardened enough? Like, this is basic security. Don't you not have like some MDM in place?
I mean, how many people have, they log into a Chrome profile that's a personal Gmail account at work because, hey, all my passwords and, bookmarks and everything.
Right.
And then their kid wants some free Robux.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sync. It's a credential sync.
Password. Yeah.
Yes, it's usually the credential sync that gets people, because I've looked at thousands of these screenshots, and 90% of the time, it's immediately obvious that whatever computer it is a home computer.
Yes.
One time I had a coworker, he left his computer unlocked in the SOC. If anyone's worked in the SOC, that's a bad move.
And you downloaded an info stealer?
We installed a browser plugin called Ncage, which turns every image on your browser to Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah.
What we didn't know is he had his account synced to his home computer, and he was out at lunch, and his wife called him screaming that they have been hacked. And that
because everything was Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. It was the best.
That's pretty funny.
I mean, it's
That's
fun
fantastic.
because that small thing demonstrates so many cybersecurity concerns, right? Like, no, I
And
mean,
it goes both ways too. He could have installed an extension at home,
Yeah.
and then if they
Infected the
didn't
data
have
center.
and then Nick
controls
caged everyone
on
at the
Chrome at
SOC.
home, yeah,
Whenever our
This-
SOC, the last place I worked at, had that happen, they would just go over and start sending emails to people from that person's Outlook. Like they'd email the security distro
Oh, yeah.
and
We're not
say
that
something
mean.
like, "Oh, such and such left their computer unlocked" or something. Ooh,
So-
that sucks.
or like, hey, I'm buying lunch tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And in the military, you have to put a cat card in to log in, right? So like you can't. It's not just a password. You have to physically put the cat card in. The reason I bring that up is because people would leave it in when they left. Like they would forget their cat card in there, and then we would take it out and like freeze it and put it in the freezer. Because
Put it into a magic wand.
yes, because they had to come back because then they couldn't get on base without the card. Because that's their ID, right? I don't know. It's kind of funny. Same
Yeah,
idea,
yeah.
right?
It's
Same
funny.
concept.
No, I mean, unfortunately, I'm a pen tester, so my whole life, my whole career, no one's ever trusted me with their unlocked computer in the first place, so I can't relate to this. Should we talk about Claudebot security stuff? We don't even have an article, really. Like,
no, so there's a
there's no article. There's
a
just
Molt
a
book. No, there
There's
is.
a Molt book.
Yeah,
article.
there's an article.
okay. Moltbook. Okay, talking about Moltbook is like you go into your room for 15 minutes, then you come out wearing a dinosaur costume, and I'm like, what? Where'd you get that, Ralph? Why?
There's
Yeah.
also
Okay.
a dating site for them now too.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let's talk about it.
Unpack here. It all started last
and,
week,
and
by the
a
way.
Silk Road variant.
I did see
Yes.
the Silk Road.
So
Yeah.
okay, all of this started like a week ago, and somehow here we
No,
are.
like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It happened
Well, the
like
site.
over the weekend.
Well, my
Yeah.
point is, Claudebot has been out for approximately 1 week.
It's been
ish.
rebranded too now. It's called
It's
Three
Moltbot
times,
now.
right?
Open
No,
Claw.
it's
Open Claw
OpenClaw.
now. I think that's
And
what
then
they're going to.
next week it's going to
Oh
be
my
something
God.
else.
Okay. Well, whatever. Basically, we talked about this last week. Essentially, here's what happened for people who have been out of the loop. Maybe you took a vacation. Maybe you're smart.
3 days.
Yes. So, okay. Basically, some researcher, one guy, I'm assuming it's a guy, we don't actually know. One person published this tool that you just connect this tool to everything, and it's supposed to be like an AI assistant that has access to everything.
Yep.
And then the chaos that ensued was extreme and fun. The main security concern that people had is basically the creator doesn't appear to know how proxies work, and the entire application proxies to itself, so then it thinks everything's trusted because it thinks everything's a localhost and localhost is trusted. So it's a whole thing, basically security disaster from the beginning. But it's useful, and so people are using it despite the security disaster, and that's 2026 in a nutshell. Is yes, it's a security disaster, but we're moving so fast that it doesn't matter.
Got to break things.
So basically, Moltbook. This is a news article that we actually do have, which is 404 Media, who I love them because they're like, you can tell where they are on the AI spectrum, which is against it by default, which I love that. And essentially, Moltbook was supposed to be, and this is an insane sentence, was supposed to be a social network for AI agents. So you just want to burn your Claude tokens in a big fire. And so you've decided to give your AI agent access to its own social media site so we can go talk to other AIs.
Yes. So you essentially you give your OpenClaw instance
Wow.
the instructions to your agent is now part of a social network, and it does whatever it wants.
Yes. And no
What could
one
go
could have
wrong?
predicted this.
Yeah.
No one could have predicted this, but the site itself had basically no security and was the API keys that it was issuing were just open for everyone to see. Right.
So yeah,
like,
it uses Superbase, which is a really common platform for this. But one thing that you can do is Superbase actually technically has 2 API keys. There's a public API key and then there's a private one.
Right.
The public one is meant for kind of like your front end web application consumption. Anywho, but one thing that you can do if you're not configuring them right is that you can make the key like be able to read and write anything. And so it was exposed inside of here.
Yep.
It's 0 permissions, right? So,
yeah. So the article definitely made it. Andy had some good comments about it's not as bad as the article makes it look, right?
Yeah, it's not like your OpenClaw or Moltbot or whatever the hell actual instance got compromised at all. It's that your account on Moltbook that
Yes.
has existed for a day.
Someone could steal.
Someone
yes.
can post as you. They can steal this identity that you just spun up and
It's
doesn't.
like your AI's fake identity, by the way.
Correct.
Yeah.
They could impersonate an AI to
with another AI.
yeah.
This isn't so much like an
Inception.
OpenClaw problem. This isn't so much like an OpenClaw problem as it is just vibe coders that don't quite understand how to
Yes.
do basic security checks, but
Correct.
they make something cool and
Yeah.
they just push it and send
I mean,
it.
functionally it works, right? But like
Right.
how it functions is not something that was looked into, right?
Yeah,
if
and
you
the
make something
platforms
this fast, it can't be secure. It's just
Yeah.
impossible.
and the
It
platforms
can.
like
It can.
Lovable
You just
and
have to.
Replit-
You just have to ask the LLM, please make this secure, and it's secure.
Well, they didn't even have
Well,
time
some
to do
building
that.
apps
They did
do
not have
that.
time to do that. I agree with you, Wade. But all of this comes down to just functional understanding of how this thing works, and then maybe like how to secure it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's bad. It's mostly just funny. It's not actually that big of a cybersecurity concern. Things like the actual Claude API keys were not disclosed. The actual people's tokens, access to people's Gmails and things were not disclosed. It was just the ability to participate in this sick version of a Turing test was breached, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. What's
Yeah,
next?
It's the whole thing. The whole thing is wild, though. I don't know.
Oh, we got to talk about the coal fire thing, guys.
Oh yes, that was a huge one
Okay.
that happened last week.
This is one that just
What?
popped up last
Yes.
week. So
The
okay.
pen testers.
Yes.
It took forever,
So-
dude. This has been like 5.
Oh, they got money back, right? Is
Yes,
that what it was?
okay.
money
Yeah,
back.
okay.
Oh well.
This
Or
is
they got-
so
they
this
sued.
is a
They sued. They got money.
yeah, so this is a follow-up to like 2019 pen tester hot
Yeah.
news. Basically, years ago, this is 2019, which feels like a decade
From
ago,
before
even though it
time.
wasn't. Yeah, in the land before time, essentially, there was a couple of physical security testers that worked for a certain company who I already mentioned, and they tried to do an unauthorized pen test of a security of a was it a county courthouse or something like
Yeah.
that, or so they tried to do a test of a county courthouse. They got arrested. They spent a night in jail. It blew up the pen testing world because it's like, wait, this is illegal? Oh, I thought I would never go to jail for my pen testing job. Somehow, 6 years later, they got a settlement. I'm assuming after my joke in our company chat was after the lawyers take their cut, they should have enough to buy a Flipper Zero. But yeah, they got a $600,000 settlement divided between two people. I mean, it's so stupid. It's like it always is, where when the cops do something dumb, the public has to pay for it. Like classic.
It was ultra stupid because essentially what was going to happen is they sued and it was about to go to trial. Like people are about
yes, they settled right before the trial.
Discovery and people's egg and faces were about to happen, right? Like
yes,
everyone's like thoughts were about to be proven. Like this person really did mess up, or this person really did get it authorized, and this sheriff really did whatever he did and he wasn't supposed to do that. And they decided instead of just throwing egg on each other's faces, they were going to do the payout.
Didn't John go and do a town hall?
Yes,
Is
he
that
did.
This one?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
right?
physical
Okay.
pen testing is not, or authorized pen testing is not a crime.
Yep,
It was
that
a whole
shirt.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a whole thing. It was a big
People
deal.
ask me about that shirt all the time. I'm like, well, it refers to this story.
Yeah.
It's an old
Yeah.
one.
So you're
Yeah.
right. They probably didn't get much money after all the lawyer fees, but in essence, you could tell that the county didn't really have a leg to stand on, and it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, so the taxpayers will foot the bill for all this
Exactly.
stupidity
The taxpayers will
as,
put the bill for
as
people-
usual.
Yeah, who should have got fired probably.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah,
you
so-
think they have enough to buy RAM?
No, probably not.
No.
No, not after what other news is coming out. I guess Anthropic's new
Yes.
model
Okay.
coming out tomorrow.
So
So, okay, on the way to that article, on the
Why
way
are
to
you
that
talking?
article,
Yeah. Why are you talking about articles we don't even have spun up? Like, read the chat. Like, I have
on
a RAM.
It's excitement.
on the way, listen, Ralph's allowed to throw in rogue articles. That's what he does. All right. So on
get
the way to that article, let's talk about. Apparently, this is a Costco article. I have a soft spot for Costco.
Ooh.
Fun fact about Costco, real quick, before we get into this. Right now, so we foster cats, and we have a litter of kittens right now that are named after Costco. So we got rotisserie chicken, We got chicken bake. We got Kirkland's signature, and then the mom's rotisserie chicken. But anyway,
I love that so much.
we wanted to do Tire Center, but we only had 3 kittens, so we had to.
You need another one
choose.
then. I feel like
we
you
have
should
hot
go
dog.
get another.
Hot
dog
dog
is pretty good.
Yeah, we did hot dog, rotisserie chicken, chicken bake, and then Kirkland's signature.
Kirkland's signature is incredible.
Anyway, so apparently Costco has removed memory from its display PCs to prevent people from stealing it.
Damn it, just before I could grab my RAM.
That
And
is
GPUs, right?
This is one of those things. Yeah. So basically, you can see the picture in the article. They have these display PCs out in their stores that look like sick gaming computers because they probably are. But apparently people were like, oh, I'll just like disassemble this display computer and take out the GPU and take out the memory.
They'll never snow.
I gotta say, like, I like.
AI is heating up when people are stealing RAM.
Okay, but seriously though, isn't it Costco? Like, listen, I'm a member. Okay, can't they like revoke my membership? That would be like the worst thing you could do to someone. You revoke their Costco membership for stealing RAM. Can you imagine? Okay, your kid gets hit by an info stealer. Okay, that's not that bad. Your kid gets your Costco membership taken away because they stole some RAM.
Yeah. That's like,
oh my
goodness,
goodness.
years.
Yeah.
Kids
Years.
excommunicated.
Grounded
It's gone
forever. Excommunicated even. Yeah, it's the only way. I mean. Sadly, we can't have nice things. This is just another article.
He would probably end up
desperate
in
are
a
we
Darknet
for-
Diaries series or something.
Yeah.
You're the guy who stole RAM and was like excommunicated from society.
Oh my gosh, the AIs will be pissed.
All right, let's see this.
Oh,
Anthropic
so
article.
there's just like there's a bunch of different like news articles kind of about it. This is purely speculation, but that the new Claude coding model is supposed to come out tomorrow, maybe and if it does, it's supposed to be better than Opus for cheaper. So we'll see.
By their own metrics, they asked it if it's good, and it says it's good.
Yes.
Well, they did bench it against something else, but like the part that I care about,
they did the open standard bench for coding, and I guess it got an 80%, which would be the highest ever. I think Opus is like 75. So
yeah, the part that I liked is it was, I can't remember, I'm trying to find the percentage, but it was something like 70 to 80% like more cost effective, which
wow, that was like
pretty
insane.
insane.
Cost effectiveness. So I think the bigger article here.
How is that possible?
Yeah,
Is there
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
here? Is there anyone
Billions of
here who
dollars.
knows somehow how that's possible?
Supposedly
It's
it's optimized for Google's TPUs that they're using.
yeah.
Okay,
And that's
so it's
inside
not
of their
trained on
data center.
GPUs. It's more efficient because it's not trained on GPUs, or what?
No. It's more efficient when you ask it. So the
When you
training
use it?
is yes, when you use it, right? So it's it's like getting like the tokenization rate backward, like how much power it needs to respond to, essentially.
I got you. TPUs more efficient than GPUs. This one's optimized to run on TPUs. It's going to save a lot of money.
At Google specifically, because they run all of their stuff at Google. But the bigger thing here is just to catch on to the thing that I've noticed over the last year, and that everyone is starting to see, is that the continual march is continuing on, and it keeps getting better, and how that affects everybody in such a short amount of time. We're not talking about like, oh, the new iPhone 17 versus the 18, it takes a year. This is like 3 months between them. It's like, it's insane, right?
So the
Opus
question
4.5
is,
is insane.
Yeah.
Does this
it's
stave
very
off
good.
the AI bubble pop for another couple months?
I mean, I don't even know where it ends, right? Like, if you can keep, when does it to the point where like we're at 100% on this coding benchmark, and we're like, we don't need coders at all, right? Like, you thought that
We'll still need them.
That will happen when the CEO gets access to the AI.
Yeah,
We still need someone to say, make this secure every time.
yeah.
And AI is never
It's just
going
that the security person just adds on to the end of every prompt, and please make it secure.
and make
Yeah,
no
that's-
mistakes.
Yes, make no mistakes.
Oh,
First
well,
time
now
go.
that you asked.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Dude, some of these models, man, like I had that OpenClaw thing I was playing around with, and I was like, hey, I've heard Kimi K2 is great. I asked it to do something, to look into something, and I was like, do not do anything yet. Don't do anything without asking me. And it immediately went and did explicitly what I told it not to. I was like, I specifically told you. And like, that's the models that we're dealing with. And then I think the part that people is driving more people towards Anthropic versus OpenAI is like the models like Opus. There's just something, they just almost always do what you would expect. They're more predictable than like they used to be, where you'd get varying responses. You could ask it the same thing multiple times, and as long as you're roughly giving it the same context, it usually comes back pretty similar.
I was upset when it did that because I asked it a question and then it gave me a bad prompt. And I'm like, all right, open a new agent, ask again, see if anything happened. And then it was exactly the same. And I'm like, God damn, it's reading my history. I got to go use a different one. Like,
oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude, the Kimi model as well, it kept insisting that I change the default over from Opus. I was like, no, I turned you on, and you're insistent that you switch me, or I switch you over immediately to be my production. Like, no, shut up.
Oh my god. So I guess there was also another article that 175 publicly exposed Ollama AI servers across 130 different countries, right? So another
that's free money, dude.
Yes.
That's free money.
So,
175,000?
Yes.
Okay, but it's all like, okay, this is insane. They're probably not
mostly in China. Yeah. I mean, but this is just it's like an arms race, right? And people are just deploying this stuff as fast as they can, and security be damned, and let's just see what happens. And that's where we see a lot of these exposed servers for different products, especially related around AI.
So what you're saying, if you really want good free AI, you just gotta go to Shodan.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You could get some decent tokenization,
Dude, I that's honestly my biggest question is like, is this hooked up to like an actual powerful GPU, or are these like Ollama running on like a 2 gig instance and it's going to be both, totally
right?
useless?
Yeah, I don't think they made a bunch of queries to see how which model they were using, right?
I wish they had. Dude, I wish they had asked like how much
most
memory
common
do you
model
have
being deployed right now, right?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, like are these tiny models, or are we like, is someone running like freaking DeepSeek 122 billion on? I don't know.
Someone vibe could be a model that will hit Shodan, grab the list, and then go query them all, and then that's what you just use over and over again. Like,
I think that's what they did. It was just a Shodan or a census. It's a census output.
Census.
So they're just running
there you go.
Yeah, they're just running a port scan and seeing, these ports are open, so this must be exposed.
But then I wanted to go query them for, like, I just want to use.
Yeah, that's something for you to do using Notepad++.
Use Notepad. Actually, just get your open malt or whatever to do it for you.
Open malt. Oh God, that's what he's going to change it to next.
No, man.
Open malted milkshake.
Malted milk.
How else are you supposed to boost your meme coin on Maltbook without burning all your Claude tokens?
Exactly,
man. Yeah, people talk so highly about the OpenClaw thing, and people, tweet about how you can give it a trading account, it'll make money. I was talking to somebody whose friend tried that approach, and he was like, "Dude, I lost $3,000." Like, okay, so you gave this AI model $3,000 and said, "Go for it, Chief. Try your best. Make no mistakes."
I watched so many videos about it, and like every video I watch where people are using it, all they're using it to do is just prove that it can do stuff. None of it is actually useful. They're like, "Oh, it can do this." It's like, yeah, I'm not surprised that with an API key it can read your email. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, it can read your email. Like, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. But the only way to get any value out of this is to completely raw dog security and just give it everything.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Just be like, oh, it can do everything. It can fully impersonate me. Like, I don't know. I want to see the... I don't know.
It's like normal server architecture or like anything else in technology. Like, if you use it correctly, it can do some very cool things. If you use it incorrectly, it will absolutely, backfire.
Yeah. All right, let's get out.
Imagine trying to use it for trading. It'd be like, all right, buy low, sell high, and then it'd be like,
no mistakes.
What? No, diamond hands. We're never selling.
I mean, it's gonna spend more money in Claude tokens than it would ever make you back. But anyway,
what about the did you guys see the Panera Bread breach? It wasn't just Panera Bread though.
They got past the bread bowl defense.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they were still
definitely
open.
Did.
I thought after that energy drink snafu, they were going under.
Oh no! So it was Matt,
the caffeine that kills you. I missed that. I wanted one.
Yeah,
so bad.
Matt,
that's
OkCupid and Panera Bread were breached by ransomware.
Oh yeah, this is Shiny Hunters, right?
Yeah,
this is Shiny Hunters.
Yeah.
Were they both on the same shared hosting platform with the WordPress servers?
That would have made it more fun.
On PHP.
Yeah, it was all PHP. It always is.
Yeah, Shiny Hunters is trying to extort people. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
I assume
just
it's
going-
SaaS, right? It's got to be SaaS.
yeah.
That's like their MO. The Shiny Hunters folks are about vishing people to get access to SaaS, right? Like I'm guessing they called up the Panera Bread Bowl manager and were like, "Hey,
supposedly it was through their SSO platforms and using voice cloning techniques, which resulted in a growing number." Yeah.
Nice.
yeah."
They're
The
cooked.
vishing that they're big vishing. They're really good
now
at vishing.
everyone's gonna know who you matched with on Hinge, on Match, and on OkCupid.
I was gonna say, what is actually deployed or what is actually breached? Like I guess I should
So
be the one
PII,
downloading and telling you.
Tracking information,
Usage data.
Yeah.
IP address.
Oh man, they're gonna know how many Panera Bread orders I made. Damn it!
That's what.
You ordered
And who you
500
dated.
pesto flatbreads last year, you freak. What's wrong with you?
Like 2025 rap was depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess address is in the Panera one. People, you
Yeah.
can somehow
It's
give
actually
Panera
useful
Bread
for
your
OSINT.
address.
Yeah, there was a. Remember that other breach? You guys probably know the alcohol selling. What was that? The website that sells wine bottles and stuff.
Drizzle or whatever.
ABC.
There was another website that got breached. I had access to that breach, and I had one of the criminals in that breach their email address, and I looked it up, and I saw all the orders they had made for wine bottles, and it was to his own address. So I found his home address based on an unknown email address, essentially. So that's what the breach can potentially be used for,
Yeah.
Yes,
correlating
this is
all this
yeah.
information.
It's
So,
like
okay.
a mind map of like decoupled information, right? So like by itself, it's not that amazing, but combined with other kinds of information sources, they can create a picture of whoever they are, what they do, and where they are.
Yeah, I mean, breach is not good. I mean, it's a ransomware group. They're financially motivated. It's kind of, it's like, should they pay the ransom to protect their consumers' data? Sadly, from a security perspective, no, because this will have no blowback on them. So, Oop, that sucks.
Ooh, employers discovering your dating profile, risk of doxing. There's tons of things like that.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Okay, I got a good one.
We have like time for one or two more.
All right.
There's a lot of good write up. There's a lot of good articles. We'll do like a lightning round at the end.
All right. Okay, we could do that. This one is just interesting because we finally see Russia using good network equipment.
Oh, yeah.
So basically the article is that Hunter Brook. Does anyone know who Hunter Brook is? It's
No
just
clue
someone
who
that
that
took the
is.
space out of their name. First name Hunter, last name Brook, but they don't use a space in their name. Says that Ubiquity, which is like my personal choice of fun home networking equipment and a lot of people's choice.
People.
Yeah, it's like a prosumer type network. It's not really enterprise ready, but it's like probably overkill for most small businesses. Essentially, Russia's using it to power their battlefield communications. I gotta say, it makes sense. It's open source. They don't have visibility, or it's not open source, but it's like self-managed. They don't have visibility. They don't have control. Like, it's kind of a bummer they're getting abused by Russia, and I hope they don't get banned or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, this is the selling point from a privacy perspective is that it's self-managed and self-controlled. So it makes sense that it would also work for Russia. I'm sure that Ubiquity right now has like 18 missed calls from the US DoD, right? Being like, "Hey, how's it going? Can you get me access to this control plane, please? I want to create a new VLAN."
I feel like we need to take everything in that article with a giant grain of salt, though, because if you look at that last
definitely.
paragraph, it's like Hunter Brook Capital is short on Ubiquity based on this.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So it's a capital company? Oh.
Yeah, this is just like market manipulation.
Okay, I want to see like this all started from one guy who like found a screenshot and was like, "That's interesting," and
So
then yeah.
based on Hunter Brook Media's reporting, Hunter Brook Capital is short Ubiquity. Two
All right,
entirely different, unrelated companies, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, there's Hunter Brook Security, which operates completely independently and completely separately. Then there's Hunter Brook Capital, which makes decisions based on everything that Hunter Brook Security discovers during their research. Don't worry about it. It's actually ClaudeBot. Anyway.
It always is.
Always has been.
Yeah, maybe that's the 2026 version of The Big Short is like You gave all of the hedge funds control to an AI?
If we want to talk about companies fueling Russia, though, maybe it's Fortinet and default creds. The Poland cert article we had.
Yeah, was that default creds? Is that the entry mechanism?
If you go, it was Fortinet vulns and also default creds and also just like lol, really, guys.
Okay, so basically, just to kind of zoom out for those that haven't read all the articles, Poland CERT published a really interesting write-up in essentially how someone attacked their grid, and it sounds like they weren't super successful. I mean, they were successful in compromising the grid and the systems that support it, but they didn't actually take the power down, from what I understand.
They were unsuccessful in the final wiper detonation. Their EDR managed to stop it. So it did not shut down the grid, and 500,000 Polish people did not lose power and heat in the middle of winter. So, yay.
Right. So this specifically says the final stage was blocked by the EDR. And it got pretty dang close.
They fully compromised the network, but they were unable to take down the power with that access. Basically.
Yeah, so they compromised it. Their goal, though, was just destruction, and they were barely held off by whatever EDR they had.
Claudebot.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely.
Don't say that. Someone's going to hear that and start deploying Claudebot everywhere.
Yeah. So read, if you're a threat hunter or if you're a CTI person, read the write-up. It's really interesting. I think it is a good demonstration of like, if you have good safeguards, you might actually avoid a dangerous attack like this. And so having defense in depth. Why do you have EDR on your OT systems and on your RTUs and stuff? For this exact reason. So I guess we're really lightning round. I also wanted to mention the really interesting write-up of like the Google takedown of a residential botnet. I'm just going to throw it in there, recommend people read it, but essentially they took down a residential botnet that was apparently abused by 500 different threat actors or something.
That they know VPN companies
that they were tracking.
Yeah, well, the VPN companies are just that's the botnet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Remember, if you're not paying for it, you're the product.
Yeah.
Oh, they have the name of all of them right here too. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the names are there. I mean, I will say, like, these companies, this is one of those things of like, good luck sourcing ethical residential IPs. Like, it's like, can you find chocolate that didn't have slavery in the supply chain? Like, yes, but you have to work hard. This is the same thing with residential IPs. Like, most of these are sketchy sources at best. And it's not great. It's a good read up, or it's a good write up.
What do you mean? I get paid for people to use my internet.
Corey, you sent that Raspberry Pi to my house. It's been plugged in ever since. Like,
dude, that's just my backup server. Don't worry about that.
That's how I make money now. Is I just use my internet for people pay me for it. I'm not sure what they're doing.
That blinky box in the corner. No one ever talks about it.
Yeah. I got too many. I can't take
that. Zach prompted. Who has classes coming up?
I don't know. Someone's doing dishes in the back. Whoever you are, you're doing a great job.
My microphone is too sensitive, it seems.
God, I think someone's destroying all of your dishes.
Yeah, you might want to. The robot in your house that's trying to do dishes.
It's my robot.
Yeah. The guy with the VR controllers, like trying to do
the dishes. It's the knees of the robot cracking.
Okay. All right.
Too much work.
Anyway. Good plug. We got 2 classes upcoming at Mile High Hackenfest in Denver. Virtual options available. You got Hayden, you're teaching a class, and I guess Michal is also teaching a class. Ralph, are you teaching anything? Wade? Anyone else?
No.
Nope.
I've taken the next level OSINT class. I took the first one. I think it was the first like public one.
Yeah. I think both you and Corey.
Yeah, it was a great class.
It's good.
So if you want to learn some OSINT stuff, super fun. And since OSINT, you can do it live, right? You get to really experience it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, now Hayden I pick live targets.
Oh yeah, Hayden and I do have a webcast coming up on or whatever. It was up there, now it's not. Doesn't matter. Most of people are listening to it. Okay, there it goes.
Wow,
Good
loser.
job, Ryan.
A fireside
on
chat is the fire
yeah.
just a GPU?
Yeah, that's all we're doing. It'll probably just be us talking about AI and blue team stuff, going back and forth.
Probably.
All things blue team. So
Jerry's just
if
going to
anyone wants
play,
listen.
lurk on his magic
Yeah.
decks in the background.
Nice. And then I guess we also have the upcoming SOC Summit.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that, but the logo looks sick.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be a bunch of talks around SOC and blue team stuff. There's going to be some workshops, plenty of talks. I think maybe even some training. So it's going to be pretty sick.
Are you
Nice.
talking, Hayden?
I am. Yeah. I have a workshop or a talk. I can't remember which one. It's one of those.
I too.
Oh,
have a
yeah.
talk.
So, yeah. So mine is a talk that's preceded by a workshop in a couple weeks
Ooh.
after that. But my talk is all around how to take basically CTI and turn it into detections.
Great. Thanks a lot. And thanks for ruining my
Yeah,
talk.
I
have
need
to
to-
come up
I
with
need to
another
take,
talk
like-
idea. No.
I need to take like an hour and build a pew pew map with vibe coding, just because I think you can make some pretty cool ones now. That
What
would
is
be
it?
good at your SOC.
You wanna-
stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
I want to
Yeah.
see here's what I want to see. Okay, here's my product request to whoever vibe codes things from Discord. Here's what I want. I want someone to make a thing that monitors your AI queries and then builds visual representations of what you're asking for and just displays them as videos. So like if someone is asking for a way to bypass some security, it'll make like a graphic of like a computer with like a pew pew going into it. If someone's asking for a recipe for waffles, it'll make like a graphic of like waffles being creative. If
Yeah.
someone's asking for like, hey, send this email, it'll be like a little graphic of an email. I just want to know like graphically, what are my users doing? And then when it starts shifting to weird stuff, it's not like a pew pew map. It's like, oh, there's like a horse that just stabbed a guy and then lit it on fire. Okay, we need to go find that employee, backtrace that IP, find that employee who sent that query in.
So what you're saying
Pretty sure
is,
the three-letter agencies have that running in the background.
yeah.
It's like, here's
what you're
all the
saying is
pew-pew
you're going
maps
to
of
take
all
an
these.
AI query, which is text, and then
Yes.
which takes some computing to like respond, and then once that responds, you're going to send that to another AI
Yes.
to spend even
To
more
make a yes.
to make an image, so that it can
Correct.
send an image, and then you can interpret the image from what the text was.
Yes,
This
correct.
is a whole new detection development. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Okay, listen. This is the new version of a pew pew map. It also could be simplified down into like a smiley face or a sad face, depending on whether the queries are positive sentiment or angry sentiment.
Yeah.
And then we can just see the mood of the company. It's like a mood ring
mood.
for your company. All right. It's
Oh, yeah,
nice.
This
Yeah.
reminds me,
Yeah.
like during the Sans talk, when like they have a person drawing out the person's talk as they go, right? Where they're like drawing arrows and boxes and stuff like that, and like circling things. Like
yes, it's like
I'm
that, but
down
with
for it.
AI.
But
Yes.
with AI, I'm down for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could totally
Is
do
that
that
gonna
with
replace
another job?
diagrams.
Replace
That-
another job. You all,
yeah.
it's replacing everyone's job already,
Yeah.
right? All I have
I
to
mean,
do
okay,
is
whose
prompt
job did
inject.
pew pew maps replace then by that
That
logic?
guy who used to draw manually at Sans.
That poor
Yeah,
that
networking
guy.
person.
The one Sans guy. Okay, let's get into CTF winners. Obviously, our conference is next week. Ryan, we don't have a show next week, right? Because it's our conference and we're going to do it live. Is that correct?
Do it live.
I think
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna do the
correct.
show. We're gonna do the show from Waldo's Hacking Fest.
Sweet. So no show
On
on Monday
Wednesday.
next week.
Yeah,
No
not
show
on
on
Monday.
Monday.
It's on
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Sweet.
Different time.
Different time, different place. Get scared. I'm scared. The CTF winners. We have a winner for 1 year of anti-siphon on-demand training access, which is a huge. We don't know the value. We can't calculate it. We tried to put it into AI and it just said not a
Incalculable.
number.
Yeah.
The winner is Alex Broke It 29439. Good job, Alex. You broke it. Congratulations. And for anti-siphon CTF, there's no winner. So I guess try harder, everyone. I don't know if that CTF must have been really hard. I guess if no one got it.
Gaslighting them now.
Yeah.
Put it into Claude AI even harder. Okay. Like, I don't know how.
Try
it
using
doesn't-
thinking mode.
Yeah.
Use a more expensive model next
Yeah,
time.
keep revving up the model until you get the answer back. Also, gaslight the model; it will do better.
Yes, and then the model will gaslight you in return. It's the cycle of life. All right. That's a good place as any to end it. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you all next week. If you're going to be in Denver, stop us, say hi, introduce yourselves. We'll see you around. Bye, everyone.
See ya.